Today I'm going to be showing you how to slip knot and chain. Hey babes! Welcome back to Moon Bay Crochet. It's Brandy and today I am here with my very first tutorial ever. Well, not ever. Ever on YouTube though. So a while back on TikTok, months and months ago, I started trying to grow my platform by teaching people how to crochet. Now, my little disclaimer here is that I'm by no means calling myself an expert. I can follow a crochet pattern that is meant for intermediate or probably even very experienced crocheters. However, I don't think everybody is meant to be a teacher, right? Just because you know how to do something doesn't mean that you can effectively teach other people how to do it. But I've received quite a few comments on some of my tutorial videos of people telling me thank you so much. This made so much sense. This is the first video that I've ever watched that actually helped, because I think, you know, everybody has different learning styles. Everybody learns things differently. I definitely am a visual learner. I have to see somebody do it and then try to emulate it. Pretty much everything that I learned about crochet came from my mother and from Jada and Stitches here on YouTube. So I might have a very specific style of crocheting or way of doing things that could definitely be beneficial for somebody that, you know, maybe they don't understand it any other way. Or if this is the very first video you're ever coming across and you're trying to learn how to crochet, welcome, thank you. I am of the belief that most of my subscribers here already know how to crochet or knit or do some kind of hobby, right? That's probably why they follow me. But I would love to grow my platform to include other people that don't yet know how to crochet, but maybe they've been thinking about it. So welcome. If you're new here, I would love to be able to teach you how to crochet. But please just know, even if my style of crochet or way of teaching things doesn't work for you, please don't give up. There are so many people out there on YouTube, in the world, in this digital world that we are in right now. You can definitely find somebody that will teach you how to do it the way that you need to be taught. So if my way doesn't work, please continue searching until you find that person that shows you that it makes it click for you, right? But if I am able to help you, I'm so happy about that. Slip knot and chain is going to be pretty much the foundation of any crochet project, unless you are doing a stuffed animal, for example. For that, you will probably need to learn how to magic ring, which I will definitely have a tutorial on in the future. But I wanted to start my tutorial series with the most basic foundation lessons. That way, anybody who is just starting to learn how to crochet or anybody who has been looking or wanting to do it, this is where you start, okay? Start with the little basic, the fundamentals, because I definitely didn't start out, you know, crocheting, doing stuffed animals and stuff, because I just, you know, I didn't know how that went, right? I mean, you can definitely do whatever you want, right? But I just think learning the fundamentals first is incredible. So, slip knot and chain is going to be where you want to start before you start learning how to do any sort of stitches or anything like that. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it. The only two materials you will need to learn how to slip knot and chain is a crochet hook and some yarn. Now, you know, different yarns will have different specifications for whether you need a 6mm hook or a 7.5mm hook or something. But for today, I am using the example of just basic size 4 medium weight yarn. You will pretty much only ever need a 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, maybe 6mm crochet hook. Usually you only need the bigger numbers if you're using a very thick yarn, but yeah, today I am using a 4.5mm hook. It's the Clover and More brand, and then the brand of yarn I'm using is Big Twist Value, and just in the color red so that hopefully you can see it over the white desk. In order to slip knot, that will be something that you will just do with your hands, and hopefully I can explain it well. But basically what I do is I take the end of my yarn and I take 2 fingers, I wrap it over like this, and then kind of throw the tail behind. So now I have a ring around my fingers, the tail is in front, and what I do is take my hook, put it under the ring, grab that tail and pull it through, and then remove my fingers very slowly. And what I do is this long end of the yarn here, pull it, and that tightens the knot. And this short end can tighten the knot around my hook, and that creates the slip knot. And the reason they call it a slip knot is because, I mean, you know what? I don't know if this is why they call it a slip knot. I'm just making stuff up, but a slip knot can be easily taken out by just pulling it apart like that. So once again, to slip knot, fingers, tail around, throw it behind. Then hook under the ring, over the tail, pull it through slightly. Grab that tail so that it's like, you know, secure, doesn't get away from you. Remove your fingers and pull the long end tight. And then to tighten that slip knot around your hook, just pull the short tail. And that is how you slip knot. Now, in order to chain, this is how you'll actually be making the foundation of whatever crochet project you are making. So all you have to do is make sure that with, you know, like a pretty firm grip, you have your crochet hook in hand, and kind of like, I would say, hold this short tail so that it doesn't really like move around or get in your way. So hold these both. Now what you will do is wrap the yarn around your hook. That is called yarn over. Wrap the yarn around your hook. That is yarning over. So yarn over, and then if you need to, kind of grab this so that it doesn't move, your original slip knot. And all you will do is use this hooked end to pull the yarn over through that original slip knot. And there is your first chain. So in order to chain again, I would like hold this still if I were you. Just yarn over, hold it with your other hand, and pull that yarn over through the loop that's already on your hook. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, pull through. And you see how I'm like switching, you know, which thumbs are holding, you know, I'm either holding here so that I can yarn over, and then I'm switching and holding here so I can pull through. Depending on which hand you are dominant in crocheting with, I mean, that'll determine which hand you're holding with, but in order to chain, you just yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And like eventually, you know, you don't have to switch hands. Like I can just create a chain, you know, I'm very experienced in this. In order to create a chain for me, I just yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And like eventually you will learn that way, but if you have to start off slow, that is no issue. And the best part of crochet is if you feel like it's not going well, if you feel like it's messing up in any way, just pull it and all the work comes out. That is called frogging, by the way. So let's repeat that a little quicker. So yarn around, under, over, and pull. Then in order to chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, whoop, see, it's kind of getting away from me, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And that is how you create a chain. So if you were to start a crochet project that's told you to start with a chain of 11, you would just create that slip knot, tighten it, yarn over, pull through, and that's 1. Oh. Yarn over, pull through, 2. Yarn over, pull through, 3. Yarn over, pull through, 4. And then you just do that until you have the specified number of chains. So, and then the way that you can count your stitches, your chains, is every like little V shape here, or they might look like hearts to you or something, that is how you count them. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 here. And that is basically the gist of slip knotting and chaining. And that it will be the foundation of pretty much any crochet tutorial you come across, unless, for example, you are crocheting like a stuffed animal, which will crochet, like that will involve you crocheting in the round. But for now, if you've never crocheted a day in your life, this will be your holy grail right here. Crochet 101, if you will, a slip knot and chain. I hope I did a decent job kind of explaining how to do it here. But if it is still like confusing to any of you, please feel free to reach out. Please let me know. Please, if you have any other questions that maybe I can explain in the comments, feel free. But basically, your like initial chain can be as long as you want it to be. If you wanted to crochet a blanket, so you need to start with a chain of 200, pretty much you just do everything the same way. You might see that like how I do it, for example, I don't even have to like switch my holding thumbs, but eventually like sometimes I do have to like bring my index finger up to like kind of hold my yarn in place while I'm going. That's just like a natural thing that happens while I'm crocheting. It's just how I crochet. But yeah, I mean, your starting chain can be as long as you need it to be. And there's no right or wrong answer here. It's just whatever pattern you're following or whatever you are trying to do, however long you want it to be, you start with that foundation chain of however long you need it to be. And then again, if you ever mess up, just pull it and it'll all come out. So I hope that was helpful. Anybody that still has questions, please feel free to reach out in the comments. I will try to do my best to explain it verbally or like in words, rather than, you know, showing you visually, or, you know, if this was confusing at all, I am so sorry, but this is how I know how to do it. So please, just any other questions, feel free to reach out. I appreciate you so much for being here. I will see you guys next time. Mwah.